What's happening?
Hi, what's up?
Do I have to change this so I can? Is that better?
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. You're like, how do I flip this around?
You know how it
How do
goes.
I work this thing?
Where are you?
I'm at home,
Where's that?
East LA.
Oh, cool. I was there this morning.
Oh, no way, we should
I,
have just met up.
I know. I was at I grew up in Boyle Heights, and my sister still
Yes.
lives there, so I stopped by there, and then I went to the cleaners
Uh-huh.
right off of like Gage and First Street or something.
Okay, that's like very close to right by the Starbucks. That's where I live right around there. Because
I
you
was,
went to Stevenson, right?
yeah, I did go to Stevenson,
Yeah,
and
so
then
I'm
and I
down
went,
the street from
yeah.
Stevenson. I remember you told me that last time.
Yeah, I went to Euclid,
Mm-hmm.
which is just more like in the on Boyle Heights side, right off of like Sixth Street in Euclid. And I had a studio around there for a long time. I'm actually just getting rid of it, but I'm always around there still. Yeah,
Oh, next time we'll have to go have some tacos.
for sure.
Awesome. Well, it's nice to be here. I see we have some folks who are on already watching. Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
Chicano Bad Boy is there. El
Oh, nice.
Capitán. Saludos desde San Diego, Califas.
Let me see the latest comments. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. So we are here. I should introduce myself. Everyone knows who you are, but I should probably introduce myself. I'm Fatima Jomin Rodriguez. I'm the executive director for Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times. And so I just want to say thank you for taking the time to be here with us to talk about Camp Ronald McDonald and, of course, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And thank all of your fans who are here to join us.
Yeah, just happy to be a part of supporting Camp Ronald McDonald Good Times for
Yes.
Kids, and just kind of reminding people why we're doing this, is to really raise awareness and raise money. And right now, it's all match. So if you want to contribute, we encourage you to do that. There's a link on our website. You can go. There's also Camp Ronald McDonald's IG that has a
Yes.
link, and you're
Yes.
able to donate money, and that it's all being matched right now. So we want to remind people that that's really the reason we're here, to help kids who are experiencing cancer, and to kind of help alleviate all that, and to raise awareness, and to
Mhm.
continue to do what we can do to help cure cancer.
Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah. So maybe I'll share a little bit about Camp Ronald McDonald for those who don't know. So a lot of people have heard of Ronald McDonald House Charities, and Ronald McDonald House Charities in Southern California has 6 Ronald McDonald houses all throughout Southern California. So most people are familiar with the house, and the houses allow families to stay close to the hospital while a child is being treated or if they have an injury. It's a place for families to stay close, and there's minimal fee. Usually it's like $25 a night or free if a family can't afford it, so that's a huge help. So those are the houses, but then there's also Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times, and we fall under the same organization, but our camp is specifically for children with cancer and their families. And we have a 60-acre site in Idlewild that is just beautiful. We have horses, a swimming pool, archery range, a 50-foot climbing tower, just like so many beautiful things that you would, experience at a traditional recreational camp. But in addition to that, we have a 24-hour medical center that has oncologists and nurses. All of them are volunteers, so that if a child is on or off treatment, they're able to have their medical needs met. So that's what really makes Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times unique. Most of our patients can't go to a traditional camp because they have these very unique medical needs, and so that's really what sets us apart. And I've invited you and the other band members to spend some time up at Camp Ronald McDonald, and the invitation is still open if you
Awesome.
guys are interested in
Yeah.
checking it out with your families. But September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and so we've had this whole campaign all throughout the month of September. You guys can go back to Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times social media, and you'll see everything that we've done to help raise awareness about the different aspects of childhood cancer. It's very complex and very multi-layered in the impact that childhood cancer has on the patient, the siblings, the parents, and then the role that Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times plays in healing the places that medical treatments can't reach. So that's really what we're here for: building community, creating a sense of peace and love. I mean, the same as you know what your band does for us in terms of your music, creating this community and love. I mean, that's I think what unites us.
Yeah, we've been involved, for a few years, and I think when we first got the call, it was really easy for us to say, hey, we support, these children just having a different experience, and do what we can do to make sure that we raise awareness, because it's something that people still, have to deal with in a way that's not, and to just find ways to create really, really special moments for families that are dealing with these challenges. And I know that every time we've been involved, it always makes us feel good. So, and I know I got a package this weekend from one of the kids, and that was really meaningful for me. And so we're just happy to be here and to try to help gain awareness, to continue this fight, and to continue helping young people just have great moments.
Yeah, and we appreciate it because you guys are leveraging your platform, and I mean, you could, you don't have to do this. So we really appreciate that you all are so willing to take the time and use your platform to help us raise awareness and let folks know about Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times. So thank you guys so
Yeah,
much.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here. We're here for you, and we hope everyone gets involved. And we really want you to contribute, because it is a matching time right now, and whatever you contribute gets matched. So please get on the links to the websites and donate and contribute, and be a
Yeah.
supporter of Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you text Camp Goes Gold to 44321, you'll get a link and you can donate that way as well, if that's easier. So one of the things I also wanted to mention, right now is Latinx Heritage Month. And so that started September 15th and goes to October 15th. So there is some overlap with Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and Latinx Heritage Month, or Hispanic Heritage Month, whichever title you prefer. And I would say, some of the overlap in terms of our programming, about 60% of the families we serve are Latino, and we have the first ever Spanish language oncology camp. And that camp was started in 1987. Our original camp, our whole program was started in 1982. So just 5 years later, we started our Spanish language Campamento Familiar. So we were the first, we were the trailblazers. And, now there are other Spanish language camps throughout the nation, but a lot of them are modeled after our program. And, people often ask, like, well, why did you start a Spanish language camp? And we found that when we were going out into the hospitals and recruiting campers, that's where we make connections with families. Our Latino families were kind of like campamento, like it was just very foreign. It's not something that I think a lot of folks within our community are accustomed to, going to camp. Like, what is that like, and then also something I talked about last week with Alicia Del Valle, we had this very same conversation about how our families also didn't allow us to sleep over like people's houses, like strangers' houses. So the idea of sending, their sick child and siblings off to a place that they'd never been was totally foreign and kind of out of the question. So we started Campamento originally as a way for families to go up to camp and to see it for themselves, to see that there was a medical center, to see that the camp counselors were vetted, and that they were trained and people that are trustworthy. so that really made a huge difference, I think, and in opening up the Latino community to feel comfortable to send their children to camp. So now it's evolved where now campamento isn't so much like an entryway into camp, but more so for our younger patients, 0 to 8. So that's a weekend for our younger patients and families to come up. We also have an English language camp that does the same for younger patients. But still to this day, if there's a family that say they have an older patient who's older than 8 years old and they still feel uncomfortable, they're welcome to come up to family camp so that they can experience it themselves and see what it's all about.
And all these contributions that you're gathering and help create that for these families in need and give an opportunity to a lot of people who may not have it. So what was the number of the text number again? Because I want to make sure people know that.
Yeah, so it's text Camp Goes Gold, all one word, Camp Goes Gold to 44321.
Camp Goes Gold 44321.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the other thing that that I should mention is we are totally cost free, and oftentimes when people hear McDonald's in our name, they're like, oh, they're totally funded by McDonald's. And we receive about 10% of our funding from McDonald's every year. And then the remainder we have to fundraise. So the other 90% we fundraise. So we're very grateful for our partnership, but I think that it's important, I think, just to, again, spread awareness, education for the community so they understand this is why we're raising funds. Because we have a commitment to keep Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times cost free. I mean, it's super, you can imagine just like the medical costs that our families experience, how, a lot of our families live at or below poverty level. And oftentimes it's because of the diagnosis that they're kind of catapulted into poverty. And so, we know that like everything has to be cost free in order to make it accessible for our families. And we feel like camp is part of the treatment, right? Like being in nature, experiencing community. We're tech free, so people are not on their phones when they're at camp. Like they're just in community with each other, and it's all about love, compassion, connection, connecting with nature. And so really is part of the healing process for patients, siblings, parents, like everyone at camp has cancer, whether it's the patient or any other family member. So, this is why we're raising awareness. This is why your donations matter, and why this partnership is so important.
Camp Goes Gold 44321.
Yes.
And how long have you been involved with them? Because I've known you for a few years now, and I know you have a history there that's very important.
Yeah, I've been involved with Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times for 8 years now. So I was originally the development director. So I came in focused just on fundraising, and then I was promoted to the executive director role 4 years ago. And I'm the first Latina executive director for Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times. I'm very proud of that. I know that our families, really appreciate the ability to like connect and see a familiar face. Since most of our families are Latino, I feel proud to be able to represent our community in this, in this special way.
Cool. Yeah, super important. Right on. And we've always when we were coming together, these kinds of things about just helping different communities or just shedding light on different communities was kind of why we were formed. We started out of a labor protest, and I think the first year of our existence, we weren't really like a formal band. It was just kind of like we just used to get called to play events that were raising money or shedding light on certain situations. So I think, when you asked us, this is something that we've always done and happy to be a part of. If there's any way that we could raise awareness and encourage our fans to text Camp Goes Gold 44321 and contribute, we're happy to be here.
Yeah. I think I shared with you that my husband used to go watch your performances at PCC.
Oh, wow,
back in the day. So I am a longtime Ozamatli fan and have, followed you guys, especially when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Seen you guys play in Austin, so
Good time. Yeah,
Huge.
PCC. I remember that, and we had a, we would play that. We had a connection there because a lot of us used to go see a really important teacher to us there named Bobby Bradford, a music teacher, jazz teacher, and
Mm,
we could only miss his class if we had a gig,
mm,
and we could only, and he was extra happy if it was a paying gig, even if it's like
mm.
$20.
Yeah.
And he used to say, if you don't know the song and they ask you to play the song, say you know the song. Like, what do you mean? Just, well, say you know it and figure it out on the spot, and they'll hire you again. So there's a
Oh my
lot of good.
gosh. No pressure.
so, but I remember those gigs at PCC, and that's great that your husband was there. And like I said, from the beginning, we we've supported causes that we appreciate and love, and this is one that we do. And we want people to text Camp Goes Gold 44321 and contribute to matching time, and
Mhm.
get on their website too and check out the space. It's a beautiful space up in Idlewild, and it's really important for these families.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I have to ask you, not to change the subject, but I am curious, how's it been for you guys to be performing now that you're back on stage? I'm sure everyone's curious, so I have to ask.
I just got a call when that happened. I didn't set
Oh
it, so I
no.
didn't hear that question.
It's okay, I can repeat myself.
I had to erase it. Yeah.
Um, so I asked, how's it been for you guys to be performing on stage again and touring again? How's that been?
It's been awkward. I think,
Mm,
we didn't play for like 15 months. We did live. We did have some virtual stuff
mm-hmm,
that we'd go that were taped, and we just, like everybody else, we're trying to figure out how to get this going. And when we finally started playing, it just took a while to kind of get used to it and to understand and to try to continue to be safe in ways that you can, and we encourage people to be vaccinated. All of us are, and um, it's limited any kind of serious things I think that we've experienced. So it's still something. The world kind of just had to shift and go through this,
mm-hmm,
and what we've reminded ourselves and what we see everybody doing is that we're going to find a way to live life. We're going to find a way to continue to be happy, to do whatever we have to do, and we just encourage people to be as healthy as they can and get vaccinated, and to continue to know that regardless of what happens, if we come together, it seems to be a lot easier than if we're splitting ourselves apart,
mm,
and we just continue to try to align ourselves with organizations like yours, take gigs with people that respect everyone's health concerns, and
mm-hmm.
continue to try and be a thriving musician. We just finished a record. We started a record at the beginning of the pandemic, and we finished it kind of like separately. Now
Mm,
those songs are coming out. We have a song that just came out about a month ago called Mi Destino. We have another song, kind of a throwback song with JJ Fad and Lisa coming out October 1st, this Friday.
jealous? Is that?
Yeah, yeah. And we actually have an IG this coming week, so check our website. But this is the stuff that keeps us fueled also. I mean, we love to make music, we love to play live, but it's always been important for us from the get-go to kind of support organizations that we love and we
Mm,
know that are doing good things. And Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times is something we want you to contribute to create awareness for, to volunteer for, to get involved in. And you can text Camp Goals for Gold 44321.
yes, Camp Goals Gold for two four
Camp,
four three two one.
Camp
Yeah.
Goals.
I like the goals for gold, yes, but we try to make it like,
Yeah,
a
make
little
it easy.
shorter. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Raul. I don't
All
know if
right.
you have any other questions. I mean, I think the main takeaway in terms of like the awareness building part. Oh, I should mention because, with the pandemic, we haven't been in person, obviously, because, I mean, our kids are especially immune compromised, so it's taken us even longer to be in person. So we've done everything virtual. We came up with Camp in a Box. So we provide boxes full of goodies, and they get sent to our campers, and then our campers jump on Zoom for usually about a week for during summer camp, and everything that's in that box, they have um, all the supplies needed to then participate in Zoom activities with their camp counselors. And I can't tell you, like, you know, for a lot of people who experience Zoom, I mean, there's all these jokes about Zoom fatigue and like, you know, how hard it is to be on Zoom. But I think, you know, having experienced camp at home myself with my kids, it's such a joyful experience. Like it's a completely different, you know, vibe. Our kids connect with each other. Oftentimes they're meeting new campers that they've never met before. And they have the familiar face of their camp counselors who are all volunteers who I have so much love and appreciation for our camp counselors. I mean, they're some of the most giving people that you can imagine, so full of life and love, and so they've really been the glue to keep our community together. um, and so it's been wonderful the way we've been able to transition, and we served more than 1,000 campers through our
Oh,
virtual programming. We have a ton of like activities that families can tune in and watch online, and do activities at home with their families. So we try to like make sure that, you know, even though we're not in person, we're still in session. So that's been a big transition for us, and we are looking to go back in person, but of course, like we have to make sure that the time is right for our
yeah,
community.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for thinking of us and being involved with your organization. We love it. And remember, people, Camp Goes Gold 44321.
Yes.
And you let me know when we're gonna go. Invite me when I'm ready to go meet for tacos, whenever you are. So let me know.
Okay, yes. I mean, I'm usually working
Always.
from home, so
Yeah.
I'm over here right down the street from Stevenson, and
Always.
I won't suggest the taco place. I'll let you suggest since
I
you're
know a lot. I know
the
plenty.
veterano here.
All right. Good.
That's awesome.
All
All
right.
right. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. I can't wait to go to your next concert.
Yeah. See you all soon. All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, good people.